Another emotion that could arise in you is frustration, which is nothing more than the sudden repression of a desire or the achievement of a goal that you had set for yourself. You feel frustration because others have interrupted what you were supposed to do, or ultimately, what you wanted to do. I want to be romantically with someone, but another person beat me to it. Frustration arises because I had imagined myself for a long time being with that person. If you look closely, it is a breaking of the hopes you had placed in something or someone, and that generates precisely the opposite effect, that you lose hope that the things you want to achieve will materialize in reality. The problem is if you live in a world in which you are always being subjected to not achieving your life goals. The greatest effect of frustration, as you can see, is that you stop having faith that things will improve in your life. And that in turn has the effect that you stop taking actions to meet your goals. As you can see, frustration is very dangerous because, in part, it is one of the psychological components that will limit you the most if you suffer from this type of emotion. So, I prepared for a job for a long time, went to the corresponding interviews, and I was not selected. A goal that I had set for myself in life was truncated. Another example is that of a person who begins a relationship, creates a series of scenarios with that person in their internal world, but what happens if suddenly his partner had other plans? And even another couple. My life purposes are suddenly truncated. As you can see, what happens here is that the desires you had for the future have been cut off without any explanation and without you having any control over it. And that is why, in addition to that state of hopelessness that I told you about, frustration subjects you to a state in which you feel that you have lost control of your life. Given this explanation, what we are going to do here as a first step is to define what frustration does to you. And for this reason, in the corresponding table, I want you to write down which objective you had set for yourself was truncated. Because here, I want you to discover what is really subjecting you to that state of frustration that you are feeling. Ultimately, what you should write down here is what you wanted to achieve and what you couldn't achieve, because of what is tormenting you at the moment. Once you have recognized that you have frustration and that it is activated because of that goal that you could not achieve, what we are going to do is help you discover that there are things that you can achieve. So, in the next box of your analysis map, I want you to think and write down moments in your existence in which you were able to achieve the goals you had set for yourself. By doing this exercise, you will realize that there are situations throughout your existence that you have been able to control, that they have reached their destination. And based on that, I want you to look for the pattern in the next chart. What was it that allowed you to achieve that goal? And in the following table, I want you to write down what prevented you from achieving the goal you had set for yourself in the case of that situation that causes you that emotional discomfort that you are feeling, due to the frustration to which your psyche is subjecting you. Once we have taken this step, it will be much easier for you to induce a state in which you will dissociate yourself from the frustration you are feeling. To do this, I want you to close your eyes and think again about what causes you the most frustration. From there, I want you to start thinking about the times when you achieved everything you had wanted in life. Once you have done this, I want you to think about what allowed you to achieve that goal. What did you do differently? I want you to visualize yourself achieving everything you want in the past. And now, I want you to think about what you want most in life. Maybe you've never thought about it, but I want you to think about what the ultimate achievement could mean for you. You might want to go see Formula One. It's just one example. But I want you to think about what would most make you feel as if you had fulfilled your true life goal. And now, I want you to see yourself achieving that in the future and also feel in your body what that moment of infinite satisfaction causes you. I am sure that at this point, you have managed to dissociate that emotion of frustration from your body. So you have already developed a new psychic remedy which you add to your repertoire to deal with frustrating situations.